I'm Matt Bishar with Nareit, here in Hollywood, Florida for Nareit's REITwise, the 2018 Law, Accounting, and Finance Conference. Joining me today is Mark Roberson, Controller, REIT Tax Compliance with Simon Property Group. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Now here at REITwise, you moderated a panel on U.S. REITs investing abroad. How have you seen the appetite for REITs to invest internationally change over the last several years?
Well, I think what's happened is the REITs have initially focused on a country, thinking it's the hot spot to invest in. They've gotten a lot more diligent in their investments, so it's not so much the country as the actual location of a property that they would most likely invest in here in the U.S. It's not necessarily California or New York. They're doing the due diligence that they maybe should have done initially in the foreign countries, and so now it's more location specific.
Okay. Now, will the recent U.S. tax reform impact the way that U.S. REITs structure their investments abroad?
I think it will, from the standpoint of, you've heard a lot of Apple and so forth avoiding taxes internationally, and what's happening is you're going to have boots on the ground, so to speak. You're going to actually have to have a physical presence there in terms of personnel. So a lot of people are structuring it such that they have 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the ground in a jurisdiction, say over in Europe, to manage or supervise all the activities.
Now, your company, Simon, obviously has a lot of experience operating internationally. What pitfalls, if any, do you think U.S. REIT tax directors should keep in mind as their companies operate globally?
I've said this for a long period of time. It takes a disproportionate amount of time in relationship to the assets acquired. You acquire a property here in the U.S., it works pretty easily. You go internationally, you go into a number of pitfalls that can arise, and it just takes a disproportionate amount of time to manage that from both a financial impact and tax impact.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
For more from REITwise, be sure to visit Nareit's website, REIT.com.